Joining me is Ururoa Flavell of the Māori Party, who holds 3 portfolios, including Māori Development, and beside him, of course, the Honourable Hekia Parata, who's kept her education portfolio. Tēnā rā kōrua.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Now, first of all, Ururoa, what will you be doing to, because you're the Minister of Māori Development now, the new term for the Minister of Māori Affairs, what will you be doing to boost Māori businesses like the honeymakers in Ruatahuna?
Well, the good thing is that we've managed to secure that associate portfolio alongside Stephen Joyce, which allows us to get in amongst that sort of development. And that's one of the key priorities was identified through the Māori Economic Development Strategy, Hekia Kuringa. One of the things that I've determined pretty early on is that we've got 4 strategies sitting on the table. Māori Housing Strategy, Māori Health Strategy, Māori Language Strategy, Māori Economic Strategy. And one of the key things that I want to do is take them off the cupboard and make sure that we action them. So that fits into that sort of stuff, the ability of our people to develop their own businesses and so on, so they do become self-sufficient, is right on the money where we want to be, because it generates hopefully mahi and utilises the resources that currently sit in our hands, and that's where we've got to be. So I'm really hoping that we can kick on the economic development strategy, and fortunately with that portfolio and working with the senior Minister Joyce, it does open up the door to all sorts of things.
It sounds like you and Mr Joyce will be working quite a bit together in the next 3 years, because tertiary education sector as well?
Not so much, but the good thing about the Māori development portfolio is that most people don't know that it's really wide, and so therefore you're touching every base, with education to health to housing to all across the parameters, and that's why I suppose just looking at another key priority was about addressing issues of poverty, that we're able to establish the Ministerial Committee on Poverty, which is wide-reaching, and so it's great to have the portfolio that is so wide, but it really does mean that you've got to work closely with the other ministers who, in the end, control the purse strings, and also you're able to shape policy with them. So I'm looking forward to it.
And how closely will you two be working together, Minister of Education?
Well, I think we'll continue a relationship we had prior to Ururoa coming in this role, and I think it's fantastic that he is, and I look forward to doing so. We had a good relationship, Dr Sharples and Minister Turia and I, and of course the economic development interests that Minister Flavell is speaking about, they're critically affected around how well educated and how well skilled our young people are, and we've had a very big focus on that. We've seen, a 19% increase in young Māori with the minimum educational qualification. We want that to be more, and we want them to be able to see the connection to employment, to business, to entrepreneurship, and so the opportunity for us to continue to work together is very high.
For you personally, did you want to be Minister of Education for another 3 years? I mean, it's been a tough ride the last 3 years. Did you want to take that portfolio again?
I'm marika, yes, absolutely.
Is this your Ngāti Porotanga talking here?
Oh, well, look...
Take it on.
Well, of course, you have to be... It's not the most popular portfolio, I get that, but it is so worthwhile. And my experience, and I'm sure yours and Ururoa's, is that we've all had good educations. And one of the big points about education is that it should moderate background, that we should have the opportunity to lift ourselves out of poverty, to be able to earn the kind of incomes that help us make choices for our families, our whānau, our hapu. And so getting a great education, I'm absolutely as motivated, if not more so, than I was in the past.